What's up, people? Okay, I formulated my thoughts on this, and I'm telling you about how Negroes, black people, Jews, Israelites who were in Egypt were not well looked upon. They were, you know how you say, I'm the king of my castle, I'm the king of my home? Yeah, nobody care about that. Your neighbors don't even care about that stuff. I'm the king of my home, I'm the king of my castle. Your neighbors look at you like, dude, what? You pay the rent like we do. You know, but that's how kind of black people were because we living in tents in Africa. Okay, we migrated place to place. Okay, the Lord said, I chose a people. You got to understand the lyric, what the language, what he's saying when he says it. I chose you from among all the people. So Yah looked at all the people. He saw what was going on with this tribe of people who had no homeland, no place to live, no place to go. And he took pity upon them. But what happened is, they got put in bondage, for Pharaoh put them in bondage and they cried for 400 years for freedom. And then Yah came, he sent Moses. Moses was born into life, brought them out. And Yah said, Enlil, okay, so you got Yah, and it's a combination of the two. You got to understand, Yah is Enki. His nickname, Ea, is Enki, but his brother is Enlil, and they combine these two. Sometimes if you don't know, if you haven't read it, you don't know how to break the two apart when they're using it, because Enlil said when Moses died, Enlil was mad at Moses for what he had done in the desert. So he told Moses, you're not going across with the people. Then he told Joshua, he said, listen, I'm going to send you forth into the promised land. But I'm going to tell you something right now. If y'all don't do my bidding, if y'all don't listen to my commandments and my statutes, I will hurt you. That's exactly the words the Bible says in the Old Testament. He tells Joshua, I will hurt you. That's not how Enki talks. I know that's how Enlil talks, because Enlil is a general. Enlil is in charge of the army. He's the Lord of hosts. Enlil will fight battles for you and win battles for you and stuff. Okay, so Enlil was leading them, and they just call it God. When they call it God, it's like a Godhead, really. It's like Anu, Enlil, Enki, all together mixed in one. And sometimes the different characteristics come out of them depending on the speech, depending on who's talking. And if you don't know the Anunnaki story and you have never read the Bible story, you don't even know how to break this thing down. You don't even know that there are three people that are in there sometimes, and the Bible just says God, and you have no idea that Enlil's talking right now, or that Enki's talking right now. But a thing that separates the two is that Yah or Enki is like the more loving God. He's like more like, I created these humans. Enlil, you didn't create nothing. I created them. Enlil is like, they're going to listen to me and do what I told them to do. If you don't do it, I'll put you in slavery again, which is what he did. Moses told him, he said, listen, the Lord said, Enlil said, that if y'all don't listen, he's going to put y'all in slavery again. But this time he's going to put you on ships and he's going to sail you to the four corners of the earth. All this stuff is written in the stars, people. All this stuff is written in the stars. You see the end of the 400 years is upon us now. Now, August the 20th of 2019, the 400 years is ended of the promise that Enlil had given to Moses, okay? So the first slaves came to the United States in 1619, and the 400 years ended in August the 20th of 2019, okay? And that's why you're seeing all this stuff going on right now. Think about it. Have you ever thought the day that you would see people in Germany, Japan, China, Nova Scotia, Sweden, France, England, America, Africa, all marching at the same time about one event? Stop killing Hebrews. Stop killing Yah's people. That's what's going on right now. It's a spirit to get on. I don't care if 40 of us got together, me and my friends got together. There's nothing that we could come up that would make Myrtle Beach. alone march, much less make the whole world. We're talking 100 million, 200 million people are marching all over the world. You have to understand that's a spirit. That's a spirit that gets in that people and make them do this, okay? And this is happening because the stars have called for it. The end of the 400 years is called. And the Lord is like, I am going to punish the nation that put my children in bondage. We're looking at a punishment coming. We're looking at a whooping coming. And there's nothing you can do about it. It's just happening. It's started. You know? And all these people that say, I didn't do anything. I didn't have any slaves. I'm like, the Lord has already wrote in his book. He said that I'm going to visit the sins of your father on the heads of the children, down to the fourth generation. Because you talk like your daddy. You still talk like your granddaddy. You still trying to hold on to what happened. You actually think that y'all did slavery by yourself? Y'all have never read the book. The book has got it laid out in the book of Deuteronomy. And the Old Testament already has written this out in Genesis 15, that this was going to happen for 400 years. And he was going to use this nation to do it. But he gets so mad because he's seen the atrocities for 400 years. He is going to make the nation pay. And he said, afterwards, my people are going to come out with great wealth. I don't even know what that means. That's like, this is the first time you ever heard anybody talking about reparations? I don't know what it is. I'm sitting back watching it like, wow, I see this. I see I can't even believe it's happening. Because, everybody's been talking about, we're living in the last days. And we kind of are but we're talking about the last days, not the last days of the earth. You're talking about the last days of Pisces, okay? And the last days, that's what all these people, in the 1960s, they came out with a song, this is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. The age of Aquarius is the age of brotherhood. It is Revelations. If you read the book of Revelations, it happens in Aquarius, okay? And one of the prophecies in Revelations talks about, in the last days, I'm going to pour out my spirit upon all flesh. And your young men will dream dreams, your old men will speak prophecies. Okay, so guess what? What is the symbol for Aquarius? It's a water bearer pouring out his spirit upon all flesh. We're going into Aquarius where the water bearer is pouring out his spirit upon all flesh, and your old men will dream dreams and young men will prophecy. It's happening. These are things that are happening if you keep your eyes open, but there's nothing you can do to stop it. Okay, so when you think that you want to stop what God is doing, that's like you saying, I'll go out and fight this God. When you don't even own your own breath. You don't even own your own breath, and you're going to go out and fight a God. That's like Pharaoh said in the movie 10 Commandments, better to die in battle with a God than to live in shame. Now, I guess that's how y'all feel, but that's the Egyptian thinking. And this is modern day Egypt. This whole colonial thing is modern day Egypt. They came down out of the Caucasus Mountains and they took over this world. And 25,000 years ago, when there was Atlantis here, Atlantis had a priest who was in the Anunnaki. His name is Thoth. Thoth, when Atlantis sunk under the oceans, Thoth them got in their ships and they flew to the upper Europe to get away from where the flood had happened, and drowned and killed off everything that was in Atlantis. And they went to a place called the land of the hairy barbarians, which is where the Caucasians were. And Thoth got out of his ship and told them, we are the children of the sun. Black people, we are the children of the sun because we've been here forever, okay? And these people tried to attack Thoth. And Thoth took his staff and stuck it in the ground and shook it, and it hit their vertebrae in their back, and they stood still, and they couldn't move. And he walked amongst them while they were in tableaux, standing still like statues. And he said, listen, y'all got to calm down. He said, I'm going to make y'all a great people. And this is where civilization, so you know how how the colonials said that everybody else is uncivilized because they don't have running water, they don't have bathrooms, they don't have tubs, they don't have the things that make a civilized nation civilized. Like in Africa, they came down and they said, "Man, y'all are uncivilized." This is where the word civilization comes from. When Thoth went up there and he taught them how to build buildings, how to lay out maps, how to do acreage. He taught them how to build cities, how to make commerce. All these things were taught by the Atlantean priest to the people who were in the land called the Hairy Barbarians, okay, which is a Caucasian race, which they're here now and today, and they make all the cities you see. They all over this planet. They build everything. They'll tear up any habitat to build buildings. They all, I mean, it don't matter where they go, they will build something. They will build skyscrapers, cities, roads, set up DMV departments, car, you got to have a note for your car. You get loans, credit. They set up all this stuff because Atlantean priest Thoth gave it to them. Okay, so nobody else has this on the earth because we more like Indians. We live on the land. We trust in Mother Nature. You know, we're not that type that we want to just go in and tear up the earth for monetary wealth. It's not in us. But this group of people who taught this stuff, man, they believe in it, and that's what they do, and it's heaven on earth. This is not the heaven we look for. It's a heaven on earth for these people, which is okay, because that's what it is. But when God says, hey, you got to worship me, and they're like, dude, we worship this money. We worship these houses. We think success is monetary. You think success is spiritual. And that's the difference in the two peoples. One thinks that success is based on money. Other people think success is based on how well your spirit is, you know? And so it's interesting how the Anunnaki stories is tied into our Bible. They are the same thing. The names have been changed. The people are the same. So, and the Anunnaki story doesn't have to have faith to prove it. The Bible has to have faith. You go to church, you got to have faith. You got to believe in this even though you can't see it. I'm trying to tell you that what you've been faithfully believing in is actually a true story, but it's an older story of the Anunnaki. But if you've never heard of the Anunnaki, you didn't know what the Anunnaki story is, you can't get it and put it together, okay?